Hello! Hey, this is Don Martin, and this is coffee. And this is our Coffee with Pam on the Road first edition. So we're having Coffee with Pam on the road. As I'm traveling into Northridge, Ohio, which is also Harrison Township, viewers out there that aren't familiar with Northridge, Harrison Township, or even the state of Ohio, Northridge is a small town, a somewhat northern suburban area slash inner city. It's kind of a mix because it's just north of downtown Dayton, Ohio. Actually, probably about 5 minutes from downtown Dayton, and I thought it would be a good day to be outside and to do this on the road editions of Coffee with Pam, but it's dark and cloudy, so I was going to ride my bike up and throw Pam on the back of my motorcycle if she'd ride my motorcycle and do this episode, but unfortunately looks like we're going to get some pretty heavy thunderstorms, strong winds, and you know, my mama taught me to come out of the rain, right? So not that I've not been caught in the rain many times on my motorcycle, but heavy rain and strong winds are no fun on a motorcycle. So anyway, stay tuned. Next video shoot, you'll be here with Pam. So hey, I'm here with Pam, and we are doing Coffee with Pam on the road. And this is our first stop. But anyway, Pam, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Look, we're hugging.
This is our first hug since COVID, and we haven't seen each other for a very long time, so we're excited. We're excited to be out here today. We're at where we grew up and went to school at John H. Morrison School, which is gone now, but we came out here to show you what it looks like now, and this is where we grew up, and this is where we had fun, and this is where we became friends now.
So yeah, this is where Pam and I first met. It would have been first grade for me, and if you've been watching Coffee with Pam, some of our first episodes we were talking about first, second, third, fourth, and fifth grade. So this is where Pam and I grew up as kiddos for elementary school. So I'm going to turn the camera around. I'm going to show you where John H. Morrison used to stand. So as you can see, there's still some more destruction going on. I'm a little shocked because this is the first time I've been back and seen this. Gosh, since I don't know, I haven't been back here probably these streets for 20 years. But as you can see, there is no more John H. Morrison School. We got some hard-working men out here finishing some of the tear down. But this right here, Pam. So this was our, over here was our bus route. Yeah, our bus route.
We took our bus ride. We every morning, and we unloaded right here, and there was a bus stop. We had, you know, our playground. Never forget the merry-go-round, the red merry-go-round that I was a tomboy, so I had my Hot Wheels and my Matchbox cars, and I would lay down and, you know, roll them across there.
And they were metal. They were metal, friends. Our merry-go-round was metal. The monkey bars were metal. Everything was metal, and it was blacktop and gravel. There wasn't this plastic bumper, wear your helmet type playground. Was there, Pam?
No. And the monkey bars and the crossbars, and you know, it was a lot of fun.
It's kind of sad though.
It is kind of sad.
I know. I mean, looking at this,
it is kind of sad.
Yeah, because our playground, it went all the way up. That's Stop 8 Road up there, right? Let me see if I can zoom in here. Well, I can't with this. I'll crop it to be able to zoom in. But up there's Stop 8 Road, right? And then our playground equipment almost went to the edge there, which is kind of a dangerous road. I don't even remember if they had it fenced.
But we had Mrs. Helton and we had Mrs. Pollard, and they took care of us, our playground aides.
Yep. Then over here, I know there's a creek back there. I remember
we had
Tony.
a little set of woods back on the side.
Yeah, and I think Tony was talking about, Tony Quinn was our guest, talking about that creek and taking BMX bikes. It's where he first fell in love with two wheels. And I'm hoping my Blackjacks doesn't get run over from these construction trucks. But anyway, we're gonna cruise down to the other end, the other side, get some shots of it. But this was formerly John H. Morrison, right, Pam?
That's right.
All right. Okay, so we're gonna cruise down here a little bit. Got Pam in the passenger side over there looking marvelous, simply marvelous.
Okay.
So anyway, yeah, we're cruising down. This is stop. What is this?
This is Arthur.
And then we're gonna come down here. I just remember hanging down by this creek down here. So right now we're at Arthur and Pyramid. Yeah, so this was the drive in here to the parking, right, Pam?
And yes, and when we got in like 4th and 5th grade, we was on this side, and we had these. Remember when they put them great big cement things and we'd roll each other in them?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we would like, we wasn't supposed to do that. They were supposed to be stationary, I guess, for us to climb on or sit in or do what, I don't remember why they was even there, but there was these big cement cylinders, and we would get in them before they put them like down in the dirt.
Oh yeah.
And we would roll each other in them, round and round.
It took us several kids though to roll that sucker.
Well, yeah, it was super heavy. That was coming up here riding my bikes from I lived on Cardinal, and I rode my bike up here to John H. Morrison to swing.
Oh yeah?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Okay, so we're pulling away from the sad teardown of John H. Morrison. And that's, also that's, if you remember my story in the first, it wasn't the pilot, so first or second Coffee with Pam, I talked about where I fell from the school building, the top of the school building. So it would have been right here in the corner where that one little truck is. But anyway, that's where I fell, and Steve Holmes went running away from me.
Aww.
So we're heading down Arthur, and we're going to hit North Dixie Drive, the Dixie Strip, and we're cruising through Arthur. We may see some of the after effects of the tornado. I know a lot of the houses did get remodeled. This area doesn't look like it's been hit too much. But I'm gonna pull out here on North Dixie, and we're gonna go by Maggie's Bar next. So hold tight, and we'll see you then. Okay, so we're heading down North Dixie Strip. This is the Auto Deli. Jay and I can tell you some stories about that place. Pam probably could too. But we're going to, you wanna get lunch here at Maggie's Bar? Pam, or
are they open for lunch?
Oh, that's right. We better check with the COVID-19. They may not be. Okay, well, we're gonna swing by Hoagie's and see if they're open, right, Pam?
I have some, like I said, I had morning kindergarten, and my dad, he worked second shift, so he would take me to Maggie's, and before he would take me to the museum, almost every day, Dad took me down to the Dayton Museum of Natural History, and or the park, Triangle Park, and to see that, because he was real, he couldn't believe how many albino squirrels there were. And but he would take me to Maggie's, and we would get a cheeseburger and french fries, or he'd take me across the street to a little diner called Scotty's, and I loved Scotty's because it was like similar to White Castle burgers. They were real small. And but Dad, he would we would go to Maggie's and get a cheeseburger and sit in the booth, and they had your personal speaker right there, your little jukebox, and Dad would play Merle Haggard. It was good times.
So right now we're parked temporarily here in what used to be Northern Hills Baptist Church, but as Pam was talking about Maggie's, yeah, it was a popular hangout. It's actually nearly walking distance from where I grew up in Northridge, the neighborhood I grew up. And then, you know, when I got a little older, many ventures of stopping into Maggie's, even later in life, because their meals are awesome, right? I mean, they were home-cooked meals, weren't they, Pam?
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely delicious. The beef hot shot, and it's good food. So I like Maggie's. Now, right now, we're at Northern Hill, well, what was Northern Hills Baptist Church, and I call it Northern Hills because this is one of the first churches I kind of went to as a kid. Now, up to my kindergarten year, let's see, preschool, kindergarten time, I was in Xenia, so I didn't move till to Northridge until just a few weeks before the Xenia tornadoes. So that would have been first grade. But I'm cruising back here, and this is bringing up memories. And wow, did this parking lot seem much larger as a kid? But I think it's called Miami Valley Church. Oh my goodness! Yeah, this is almost my backyard. So I'll show you where I grew up. So I used to hang around here and run up around here. My brother would build tree houses in that tree over there, all those trees. But it's definitely changed and grown quite a bit. That's the parsonage there for the church, or at least it was. Been added on a little bit. Let me turn around here. So Pam, your grandma and grandpa lived on North
Yes,
Hill?
they did. They lived right across the street from Leslie.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Yes.
Well, this is the house next to the Delcours. I don't know if that rings a bell, but Toya Delcour lived on Bartley Road, the larger house there, with her parents. And this, actually years ago, this used to be, I believe, the servants or mother-in-law house or whatever it was to the larger mansion. I think the only mansion in Northridge, actually. All right, so now this, I tell you, I have not been here in, gosh, a long time. I don't know, maybe a decade. So we're cruising down the street here. I remember having to mow this. Now, these trees weren't here. This was a pretty steep hill that I had to mow. And then this is our house where I grew up. It looks like it's for sale again. Hey, Pam, we can buy a house here in Northridge, or at least maybe I could buy a house. Come back.
Your old house is for sale.
Old house is for sale. This is where my parents raised me for the most part till my late teenage years. So there it is. This used to be who I went to school with was Scott Stratton. This was the Heatherleys' home. So Kabuki, so Jim's mom and dad, and Jim and his brother and sister grew up there. Let's see if I can remember some of these other houses. This is Marcia Miller's, or the Sandifers, one of the two. I think it's the
Sandifers.
That's the Sandifers. Okay, and then Marcia lived next door, didn't she?
I'm not sure. Now that I don't remember.
Okay, I think she was there. Candy Gossett over across the street lived over here, which is now Candy Pomeroy, I believe is her married name. We go further down, Northcutt. Jamie Shurton lived down here.
That was my grandma and their grandfather's house.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so Leslie Hudson, God rest her. That's where, she lived right there, and then she bought her parents.
She lived back. Yeah.
And then she bought her parents' house there. The Wyricks, Eddie Wyrick, Joanna Wyrick. We go up the hill. Gosh, I'm trying to, my memory's getting rusty. Darren Brown lived up here. Darlene Wilfong, which we just passed her house where she grew up. I'm trying to remember some Northridge names. Tony, I forget Tony's last name. See, I'm getting old. So anyway, I'm gonna cruise right over here to the right because this backs up to the back of my yard where I grew up, and we'd come up here through these woods, and we'd go to a horse boarding farm or ranch, and I would ride these horses bareback. Now it looks like they built some woods here, but we'd cut through these houses back through here. See the woods back there, Pam?
Uh-huh.
So we'd go up through there, and we'd cut through here, and then behind here is the used to be a horse boarding place. So that's where I learned how to ride a horse. the rough way. So bareback. So that was good times. So, okay, now I'm approaching the dead end here at Northcutt. This wasn't as full right here. The woods wasn't, but we could cut through here and go to Northland Village, and then hit, go through Northland Village or Northcrest, hit North Dixie, hit Needmore Road, and sneak into North Star Drive-In.
Cool.
And then up here is a hill where we used to take our BMX bikes and we would jump a gorge, and had trails up there. And my brother, oldest brother, over jumped the gorge, went down the cliff. So that was interesting to watch. And then I cut it short, and I flipped with my BMX bike down the gorge once. So it was good times, you know. We didn't wear helmets back then. That might explain a lot, right there. All right, we're gonna back up out of here, and I'll mention something about North Dixie Drive-In because it's still here. So stay with me. So Pam and I, we're talking here. We're talking about we didn't have helmets growing up, and the dashes and the vehicles were metal dashes, and then our seat belts a lot of time was our mom or dad's arm reaching across.
That's right. That's right. That was, you know, I was telling him I went all the way to Kentucky standing up next to my dad with my arm around his neck, you know, driving down the road, and dad's arm was my seat belt.
Well, I'm gonna pull over here. I am in the dead end here in Northcutt Road, and this is called Grand Woods Terrace. I didn't even know this dead end had a name. But this is the Heatherly's house. So Kabuki, if you're watching this, there's your old house you grew up in. And the Strattons lived right across. So I grew up with Scott Stratton. He was a year older than I was, but I wanted to come here because tons and tons of memories going through these trails back here just behind the Delcour's property and playing in the creek down here. So yeah, we played in the creek as kids, right Pam?
That's right.
Catching crawdads and minnows.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and then if you go up the hill, it was actually some trails leading up to North Dixie Drive-In. So we'd sneak into the drive-in there, but I'm not incriminating myself. It's all alleged. These are alleged stories, right, Pam? Allegedly.
That's right, allegedly.
Right, so everything's allegedly, okay? All right, so we are going to head back to North Dixie, and the beautiful Pam in my passenger side seat with her wonderful, bright fuchsia shirt, tie-dye shirt.
It's supposed to be red for Northridge.
Oh,
it's not. I couldn't find something really red.
You know, I should have grabbed something scarlet.
I was like,
red.
I was trying to do red.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I just got my Harley shirt on. Threw a Harley shirt on. I'm good.
There you go.
Yeah. Next time I'll try to remember to wear red. All right, we're heading back down Bartley Road here. So I'm going to just show you the Delcour's house. And before the Delcours moved in, I think it was some sort of other doctor that lived there, but this is the only mansion I know of in Northridge.
Growing up as a child, I can remember thinking, wow, they're really rich.
Yeah, that's a nice property.
It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It is
I mean,
beautiful.
they've got a huge backyard back there into the woods. Okay, all right, somebody's approaching me on my tail end, so I better pay attention to the road. And next, we're going to go to Pam's, where she grew up. Stay tuned.